I've been, I guess I've been thinking, which is perhaps not the best thing, but along with that thinking, I've been doing more of the Mendi work. I've been doing more of the the focus work, right? Like dialing in my focus. And there's, I guess, it's just so fucking interesting to get it gives you a graph, like an active graph that's measuring your blood flow to your prefrontal cortex, right? And you just get to sit there and experiment. Like, what is focus? But like not with words. What is focus? Is like, what does focus feel like? Like, because it's easy to know what focus, like the result of focus that you did is. Like, earlier today I was building a website, and while I'm building the website, I'm like flowing and I'm focused, but I'm not thinking about the focus. I'm in the flow, right? But this gives me an opportunity to be like, okay, where is focus, and how do I strengthen that muscle, right? Like, so that I can do better in all aspects. And something that I'm noticing, which is interesting, because I mean, it's obvious, and like if you think about biology, when let's say when focus is naturally called to you, right? Like, there are, especially in like fear states, like like our ancestors, or even if, I mean, it doesn't have to be your ancestors. Like, if you were out in the woods and all of a sudden you see a fucking a fucking leopard, or, a big cat, right? You see a big cat and you see it looking at you, right? Your focus is gonna come, but there's a physiological, like, other than the fear and all that, there's a physiological pairing. Like, okay, the focus, like what happens when that happens? Like, your body might tense up, right? But the first thing you're gonna do is your eyes are gonna be like wide the fuck away, like fucking super wide. Like, you're gathering all of the data, right? And you don't have to think about that, but it's interesting because doing the Mendi, I can, it's got like this ball that's like going up and down, and as my mind is, struggling to stay on, even if I can, it's interesting because like sometimes I'll keep my mind on the ball, like my vision stays on the ball, but it'll drop. And it's like, what is that? I'm not quite understanding. And then, I don't know, I've experimented with it a couple times, but like I was saying with the big cat, like open my eyes, like open my eyes, right? Like my natural state, like right now, like my eyes are not really that open, like, and this is a comfortable position for me, and this is most of my life. I'm just like in a calm state, but that's not an attentive state, really. It's like a relaxed state, which is good in most aspects, but like if you're trying to focus, you need to be alert, right? Like, your mind needs to be more on for focus. So I find myself like holding my eyes open, and they're like getting dry and whatnot. And it's like, when I open my eyes like that, like it's like the fucking thing goes, it just starts shooting right up. So it's just very interesting to have this thing that I can like directly play with, to be like, what is my brain doing? And how do so like now if I'm struggling on, doing the website thing, or anytime that I'm just not focusing, like I'm literally gonna right now, like, I'm just thinking, like, open my eyes a little more. Like, tell the brain, like, we're paying more attention. Like, we're paying attention. Let's see what's going on. Like, right now, when I have my eyes, like, normally relaxed, and then I open them wide up, like, I do notice the peripheral, like, I'm getting more information. So, like, there's no way that that's all that's happening, right? Like, it's obvious that's just, it's like a cue almost. Like, okay, I'm paying attention, and now the brain in response is like, what are we paying attention to? Let's focus. It's like a cue to it. Even though, like, with like the big cat example, like, it's like the base level outwards, like the vision, like the image of big cat comes in, and then the body's like, okay, now we need to open the eyes and pay attention. Like, so like the image came in, and then the focus center was like, okay, we need to pay attention. But here we're doing it in reverse. Like, I want to pay attention consciously, so I'm opening my eyes, and the focus center is like, okay, we're gonna, it's like we're going the other way this time. It's conscious instead of unconscious, which, I think there's a muscle going one way, which is obvious. Like, you don't really need to strengthen that one. You can't strengthen that one because it's unconscious. But like the muscle forcing focus is one way, and it's even stranger with this brain training thing, because there's not a thing you're really focusing on. Like, there's not a thing going on. So it's really, you're focusing on just the present moment, which is interesting. I feel like it's useful. I feel like it's a kind of like a mindful moment, which is good. So it's just, yeah, I don't even, I have experimented a little bit with like not even using the app. I mean, like, using the app to like logging my brain, but like, okay, what happens if I just stare at something in the room? And then it has an auditory response. Like, when you're doing well, there's like you earn these like stars and stuff, and so you get a little ding every star. And so you would have an auditory messaging, like an auditory message that, okay, I'm in that awareness state. So I'm, even right now, I'm just thinking like, well, what if I wore the headset and I just paid full attention to my environment? What if I just fully locked in to the things around me? And yeah, I think it's worth some experimentation. Probably I feel ultimately I should spend like a couple hours just like really, like, even like today, like I just did 10 minutes. I could do a couple hours today. Maybe I will. I'm not really sure. We'll see what happens. I am waiting on some phone calls, hopefully. But we will see. So, focus. Focus is very important. Where you put it. Because where you put it, things grow. Damn. I thought I could let them out. Yeah, just, like, whatever you want to grow, you need to, or whatever you don't want to grow, you need to make sure you're not putting attention onto it, or it will grow when you put attention onto it. You think about it too much. I definitely do that still. I don't know, it's hard. I'm thinking, because I have this tattoo as a physical reminder. I think another tattoo might be useful for some of these things. To be, yeah, just more conscious of these things. There's something magical about when you have it like so visible. Like, it's basically impossible not to see that every day. And after, a couple weeks or like maybe a month or two, of seeing it every fucking day, like, and just staring at it and what it means, it just gets like locked in, and like, I don't know, it just shifts things. So yeah, definitely, I think that would be useful to do another one. I do wonder, like when I see some of these influencers and other guys that are, you know, in aspirational positions, and I do, you know, I see them with like a bunch of tattoos on them. I just think about my tattoo and like, I wonder what those tattoos mean to them, and what role has those tattoos played in their journey. Like, if they had not gotten tattoos, would they still be in that position? I wonder, because like, just this one tattoo had such a profound influence on me. Like, at least it's hard to separate, but I feel that it did. I mean, I basically think about that spiritual aspect of life every day. So it's, you know, what if you brought another thought in there that you can think about every day? I think that's it's worth thinking about. Have a good one.